Whoopi Goldberg is facing a lot of backlash and growing calls for her to step down from The View. This is Judge Giannine responding. Let's tune in.
A Staten Island bakery is hitting back at Whoopi Goldberg after she alleged on The View that they refused to make her dessert for her 69th birthday over her left-wing politics.
What a great way to spend your 69th birthday, Whoopi. How miserable do you have to be?
I should tell you, Charlotte Russe has no political leanings. And the place that made these refused to make them for me.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What? Oh.
Ew, did you see that girl spit out her food? Nasty.
Their ovens had gone down, all kinds of stuff, but folks went and got them anyway, which is why I'm not telling you who made them. But can't be because I'm a woman, but perhaps they did not like my politics.
Yeah. But the bakery is firing back. They say that
Yeah, I'm not telling you where we got our cupcakes, but we're just putting them on full display. Yeah, we know where you got those cupcakes, Whoopi. We know.
The reason they couldn't deliver Whoopi's order was due to problems with the building's boiler and not her politics. They even held a news conference with some other New York lawmakers, including Vito Fossella, to clear their good name. Judge, you have strong thoughts about this.
Well, first of all, I have strong thoughts about Whoopi because I think it was about 6 years ago she threw me off the set of The View. There I am because I was supporting Donald Trump. Okay, but I should thank her because I was there to talk about my book, which made #1 on the New York Times bestseller.
Yeah, apparently Whoopi Goldberg cussed out Judge Giannine and threw her off the set. Did you guys see this?
Whoopi got angry, and what the viewing audience, the television audience, didn't see is that they popped up the cover of my book as she pushed off the desk, unplugged her mic, and then stormed off the set. So I'm there saying, I'm in television. I said, I don't think this segment's over, but I think she just left, Janine. I think it's over. So I take off my own mic, and then you have to go down the stairs. I go down the stairs, and she's right there, and I said something like, Whoopi, I spent my whole life fighting for victims because we had talked about rapes and all that. And she said to me, as she got up in my face, and I read somewhere someone said, well, you should have kept walking. I couldn't walk by her. She was at the bottom of the stairs. She says, F you,
oh!
F you. And then I said, did you just say F you? And then she said, get the F out of this building, get the F out of this building. So I'm there, and I'm like, okay.
And you didn't do anything to provoke anybody there?
No, you could.
I think this Whoopi might be getting the Ellen treatment soon if more people actually start stepping up. Because if Whoopi treated Judge Giannine that way, imagine who else she's treating that's not coming out and speaking.
You can ask the people that I was with. I mean, she was nuts going off the set, and then when I walked down, and so as I started walking out the building, so this woman is yelling behind me, get the F out of this building. I mean, look, I've been a prosecutor, judge, DA for 30 years. I tried murder cases. I can go toe-to-toe with anybody. But that was abuse, and it was sad. It was a sad moment that, she was triggered, and I never understood triggering.
I think Whoopi should get fired for that. Let's keep watching.
It was a script. You could see the body language there, too.
You haven't changed one bit.
Yeah. Okay, well, let me tell you a little
Look at Whoopi. She's crazy.
bit about oh my God. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. It was crazy, but look, there's no requirement that you identify the name of the bakery explicitly. If you Google Charlotte Russe, there's only one bakery in New York that carries this particular cupcake. And they wanted to pre-order it. She called. She said it wasn't my gender, it was my politics. How the hell do you know that? They can prove that the oven wasn't working. But the next day it was working, so they were able to sell the cupcakes. So it was a false statement. It was made publicly, and they can sue for damages because it was a lie. It was defamatory. They were subject to contempt and an unsavory opinion, which is why they held a press conference.
The audacity that Whoopi has to sit up there. They're sitting on their $100,000 chair and tables. They have their makeup people, they get their snacks delivered, they do this, they do that. Do you know what time bakers have to wake up to bake fresh baked goods for the day? Sometimes they get there at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. because they want to make sure they have daily fresh baked items. Bakers are some of the hardest working people, and you have Whoopi up here trashing them on her show. It's so ridiculous.
That's it.
You have thoughts about this prime time?
So it was a Thursday 2 weeks ago, and I had Johnny call a restaurant near my house to make a dinner reservation for 6:30 for 2 on Saturday night. And I said, all right, Johnny, how'd it go? And he goes, you didn't get it. And I said, what? Because I'm not used to not getting reservations. I said, so what happened? And he goes, well, they said they didn't have enough room for you guys. And I said, well, did you say my name? And he goes, yes, Jesse, I said your name. I said, he goes, I even asked if I could speak to the manager. I spoke to the manager, and he said, no, we're not going to give him a table. So immediately I thought I was being discriminated against because I'm Jesse Waters. And now
Olive Garden would never do that.
and now I'm thinking they might just not had enough room, and that just might be their policy. It has nothing to do with my politics. But did I go out on Friday and blast the place by name?
Yep.
No. I have more class than that. Dignity? Not so much.
Kayla, you always get in where you want to go, so this conversation is foreign to you, but what are your thoughts about the...
Shut up, Harold.
Well, thank you. I do get in often. I have those persuasion skills.
I love Kayleigh McEnany. I was kind of bummed that Trump didn't pick her to be his White House press secretary. I do love Caroline Leavitt, but I do still think Kayleigh McEnany is the #1 press secretary ever.
It was packed.
Johnny, I'll teach Johnny some look, so this press conference happened during our hour, during Outnumbered, and I heard that a bakery's having a press conference. I'm like, what? Since when are we covering a bakery press conference? Then I learned the details. This press conference began by them saying, like, we are the American story. These bakers wake up at 2 or 3 a.m. This was a family business. They worked their whole lives to keep going. The boiler was 60 or 70 years old. It went out. Totally explanatory story. But Whoopi Goldberg, she said, perhaps it was because of my politics. What data point do you have to lead you to believe that? Did you just make that up? The hubris you have, Whoopi, to send out the attack dogs on a family bakery. You have lost all touch with reality. And I agree, defamation here.
It's so un-American to go after a business that is, you know, it's not a huge chain. It's a family-owned business. These are the businesses that we should be supporting. Your local mom and pop shop. You know, go have dinner there instead of going to, you know, the big restaurants, chain restaurants. You know, support the local businesses. These are families who are putting their blood, sweat, and tears into these businesses. And for Whoopi to say that, I mean, what a joke. And not only that, but she's also facing backlash for this too.
I'm sorry, when you have one candidate who has been running for 12 years, who lies and changes things, I appreciate that people are having a hard time. Me too. Yeah. I work for a living. If I had all the money in the world, I would not be here. Okay.
You notice the only chick laughing is Sunny Hostin. Even this chick on the right, Alyssa Fair Griffin, is like, Whoopi Goldberg claiming to be part of the working class because she has a job on The View. You know how easy that job is? You just show up, they probably got a private driver, or they drive right in their Mercedes or their Range Rovers, and they just sit around and talk crap on Trump and just spew absolute nonsense. I mean, they have the easiest job in the world. And for how long is their show? 1 hour a day, 5 days a week? I don't know. It's not a difficult job, I'll tell you that. Yeah, calls to fire Whoopi Goldberg from The View are growing, so we'll see what happens. But Whoopi Goldberg, it's not looking good for you.